All right, so today we're gonna dive into something pretty cool.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, it's a deep dive like we always do,
Mhm.
but this is someone's personal journal entries from
Wow.
January 2025.
Oh, very recent history.
Yeah, so this is like you know, it's just one little slice
Mm-hmm.
of someone's ambitions and reflections from January 2025.
Okay.
And it's really fascinating because this person has like a ton of goals.
Oh, wow.
They want to write 2 books.
Okay.
They want to compose music.
2 books and music.
Yeah, they want to read 52 books.
Very
They've
nice.
got a financial challenge they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They want to prioritize family,
Okay.
and they want to stay positive.
A very full plate.
Yes, in a world that they describe as being a bit shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think our mission today is to kind of like, decode this
Yeah.
and see what it tells us about personal drive,
Sure.
about the creative process,
Okay.
and also how people stay, kind of afloat when things are, a little bit chaotic.
When the world is shit, as they say.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have to say the thing that just jumps out at me right away is just this incredible ambition.
Right.
I mean, it's not just the number of goals that this person has set for themselves.
Yeah.
It's the sheer variety. I mean, you've got creative goals, intellectual goals, financial goals, personal goals, all mixed together.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes me wonder, is this just, a burst of that classic New Year's energy?
Right.
Or is this a window into like their core personality?
Yeah.
Or that
They
they're
get-
someone who's just wired for this kind of constant striving and achieving.
Voice chasing, yeah.
Yeah. And where does that come from? I
Right.
mean, is it a pure passion for these things, a fear of, stagnation, or maybe even a little bit of that, I got to prove myself to the world kind of thing?
Yeah, I love that you said that because I was thinking the same thing. Like, is this like a dream life they're chasing, or are they like running from something?
That's a good question.
Like, are they trying to fill a void
Yeah.
with all this activity?
I mean, how do you even begin to tackle that much in a month, let alone a year?
Right.
Especially those creative goals you mentioned.
Yeah.
Writing 2 books and composing music.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some serious creative output.
That's intense.
Yeah, and it's really fascinating to think about.
It is.
What does that tell us about, their creative process? I
Yeah.
mean, does this kind of person have, a multifaceted creative mind?
Mm-hmm.
Or are they someone who just thrives on having all these different outlets for their expression?
Yeah. Do they need all those outlets?
Yeah, and I think it's a great question for, our listeners too.
Right.
Do you find that your own creative energies, they flow in multiple directions like this?
Hmm.
Or do you prefer to really kind of burrow down and focus on one thing at a time?
Yeah. Are you a deep diver?
Yeah?
Or are you kind of like a butterfly flitting from flower to flower?
Yeah, I think there's no right or wrong answer there.
Yeah.
It's just fascinating to see, how different people approach their creative work.
It is. Yeah. And for me, I'm definitely more of like a one-track mind kind of person.
Right.
I get really focused on one project at a time.
Hmm.
But I can totally see the appeal of letting your creativity kind of lead you wherever it wants to go.
Oh, yeah.
Like just being open to all those different possibilities.
Yeah, embracing the chaos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And speaking of ambitious goals,
Yes.
we got to talk about this 52-book challenge.
Oh, my goodness, a book a week.
A book a week.
That's a lot of reading.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, is it even about enjoying reading anymore, or does it become like this race against the clock?
Right. I mean, it makes you wonder, what's the motivation there? I
Yeah.
mean, the potential benefits are pretty clear, right? Like,
Yeah.
you're going to expand your horizons, you're going to discover new authors, maybe you'll have some serious bragging rights at your next book
Well,
launch.
you'll be the most well-read person in the room.
Exactly. But, I mean, I think it could also turn reading into a chore if you're not careful.
Yeah, it could backfire.
Yeah. So I think the key is intentionality. Like, are you thoughtfully curating a list of books that you really want to dive into?
Yeah.
Or are you just grabbing whatever's on the shelf just to like hit that magic number?
Just to check it off the list.
Exactly. And how does this fit into the bigger picture of this person's life?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's all connected, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got this like creative whirlwind going on.
Mhm.
And then tucked in there is this financial goal.
Oh, yeah.
The 1 pound savings challenge.
The 1 pound savings challenge. That's interesting.
Yeah, so for our listeners who might not be familiar with this, can you kind of break down how it works?
Oh, sure. Yeah. It's a pretty classic savings strategy.
Huh.
And it's all about leveraging the power of small, consistent actions.
Okay.
So you basically start by saving just £1,
Hmm.
and then you Gradually increase the amount that you save each day or week or month, depending on the specific version you're following.
Okay.
Some people even do it where they save the corresponding amount to the day of the year.
Oh, wow. So like,
So like 1 pound on January 1st, 2 pounds on January 2nd, and so on.
Gary.
But the beauty of it is that it's not really about that initial amount.
Yeah.
It's about building that habit,
Yeah.
making saving just an automatic part of your routine.
Like tricking yourself into saving.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, it's like a little mental hack. Because before you know it, those pounds really do add up.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But what I find really interesting is how this financial goal, kind of sits alongside all these other goals.
Right.
The creative pursuits, the focus on family and staying positive.
Yeah.
Because the source also mentions spending more time with family and trying to, cultivate this positive outlook.
Yeah, especially given what's happening in the world at the time. We're really trying to find that balance.
Yeah.
It suggests that this person is aware of the need for balance in their life. I mean, yes, they're ambitious, they're driven, maybe even a bit relentless.
Yeah.
But they also recognize the importance of human connection, the importance of finding joy and solace in loved ones,
Right.
especially when, as they put it, the world is shit.
Yeah.
That really resonates with me.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I think we all feel that sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, the world can be a really tough place, and it's so important to have those things that ground us.
Right.
Those things that bring us
Like
joy.
the sources of strength.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like they're building this internal fortress against the chaos out there.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, and they're using family and creativity and personal growth as their building blocks.
Right.
It's really powerful.
Yeah, it is. And what I find so powerful about this is that the journal entries don't reveal the outcome. Like, we don't know if they published those books.
Right.
If they finished that symphony.
You read all 52 books.
Yeah, if they saved, all the money they wanted to save.
Right.
We don't know. And I think that's kind of the beauty of it.
I agree.
Like, it's a reminder that the journey itself is valuable.
Absolutely.
It's not always about the destination.
Yeah, it's about the striving, the seeking, the constant recalibrating.
Right.
That's what really defines us as human beings.
That's such a great point. I love that.
Yeah.
So to our listeners, as you navigate your own ambitious goals and the inevitable, curveballs that life throws your way.
Oh, yeah, those curveballs will come.
They always do, yeah.
Yeah.
Just remember, it's the striving,
Yeah.
the seeking, the constant recalibration that truly defines us.
It does.
So ask yourself, are your goals aligned with what truly matters?
Yeah, a good question to ask.
Yeah, and what step can you take today,
Right.
however small,
However small.
to inch closer to that vision of a fulfilling tomorrow?
Beautiful.
Yeah,
I love that.
I think that's a great place to leave it.
Yeah, let's leave it there.
Thanks for joining me on this deep dive,
My pleasure.
and we'll see you next time.
Until next time.